Good morning and welcome to a special edition of the Salty Podcast. Today I'm joined by Billy and Lizzie from at 2 Brits 1 Box. They started their adventure on the road, traveling far and wide in an RV, and recently made the leap to sailing. They bought a sailboat and are now sailing south from Vancouver Island and have worked their way down to the west coast towards San Francisco. We'll dig into how this switch happened, RVing to sailing, what challenges they faced, and what comes next. But before we get underway, if you're enjoying the sailing content, please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps grow the channel. And I'm your host, Captain Tinsley of Sailing Vessel Salty Abandon and Island Packet 320, and this is the Salty Podcast, episode 74. Please help me welcome Billy and Lizzie.
Hi.
Hey.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Morning.
Good, thank you.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm good. I really appreciate you reaching out to me. I think you've got an interesting story. So first of all, tell us where you're from.
So, kind of the southeast of England originally.
Yeah.
I'm from Essex, which is kind of north of the River Thames.
And then I'm like southeast England, so south of London, sort of way. So
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking Essex was like north, but I'm not a expert.
It's like east of London. So if you head direct east straight from London, the north side of the River Thames, and you come to Essex there. Yeah.
Okay, and how did you? Let's see. Let me look at my questions. So, how did the RVing start? And over here, you did it over here. Where did you start? Is it South America?
we started in Vancouver with the RVing. We started up in mainland Canada, so we're in Kamloops.
I was way off. Sorry about that.
No, that's right. And and then we kind of did that. We ended up during the RV trip. We went to Vancouver Island, which is why we knew we wanted to end up there eventually. And then
Well, we was living in BC, wasn't we, for a few years, and then you had your visa had finished, and then while you was waiting for your PR application to come through, we decided, hey, let's just go do some travelling and head out. And so we bought the truck and trailer, didn't we? And we headed off, and we explored a little bit of BC that we hadn't seen already, and then headed south down into the States and just checking out all the national parks, wasn't we?
Yeah.
We kind of done a loop. Is it through Salt Lake City, down into Arizona, and then we headed west out to Northern California, then back up the coast. Kind of just checked out everything in between, and then we got to Vancouver Island. What was it again? You needed to sort out something for your PR because we had to get back to.
Yeah, I had so many days after receiving a certain letter to be back in Canada to receive my residency. So we went back there for that, and then we set off again as soon as I had that, really.
Yeah.
So you're moving to Canada? Is that going to be home base?
So we don't. Yeah, we'd been there for 2001.
Wow.
We moved there. But essentially, like, now we're on the boat. We don't know when we'll be back in Canada, but
that's going to be you're setting up residency there.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is exciting, and I've interviewed quite a few people that sail around in that area, and I've seen pictures and everything. It looks beautiful up there.
It is.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah. I found, especially on the east sides, going through all the Gulf Islands and up into Desolation Sand, there's a bunch of marine national parks up there. When the sailing's good, it's amazing, but you can get a lot of wind blocked from the inversions and stuff for the islands. So a lot of it's motor sailing around there, but the views are just incredible. There's just anchorages everywhere, and you kind of just island hop around and and just check out all the scenery. You can get off a lot of the islands. There's lots of hikes and stuff like that. So I'm
going to put the name of your boat in your headline here.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of your boat?
Stephanie Thames. So STEPHNEY and then THAMES.
Oh, Thames. Okay. And what year is it?
1980.
And what kind of boat is it? What's the brand?
Pearson 365.
Pearson 365. That's a pretty nice size boat. Let's see if I spelled Pearson right. Is it with an A? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. EA. All right.
Yep.
How's that look?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Let me add one thing. All right. Now we know what we're dealing with. And so are you heading south because of weather? You want to get to warmer weather?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did visit Baja when we was actually doing the down with the trailer, and yeah, we loved it.
What was that like?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's incredible. So
Yeah.
we kind of know what we're getting ourselves in for, but yeah, the warm weather is obviously a big tick.
And were
And
you
drier
there
weather.
in this winter or the summer in Baja?
The winter. Yeah, we spent the winter.
Oh,
it was our
nice.
first time spending winter. Like in England, it's normally just kind of just winter weather.
Yeah.
Rainy. And then when we were in mainland, it was snowing. So it was our first time spending it in the sunshine, which was, we weren't sure what to expect, but it was nice.
So Bacon's
Really
Rebellion says Baja is best. So
yeah, they're our Baja friends.
Oh, you know them. Okay.
Yeah, we met them down there. Great couple as well.
I haven't been there yet on my boat, but it's on the list. So yeah. Okay. I know your starting point. Let's go back to the RV. And what were your favorite destinations or stretches of road?
Oh wow.
Oregon coast.
Yeah, Oregon coast was awesome. Yeah.
Amazing, beautiful.
Really liked Utah. Utah was cool.
Yeah,
I mean Arizona was amazing as well.
Yeah, each state is so
different.
Yeah. They're hard to compare sometimes, I think. But the Oregon coast is kind of where when we hit that's when we realized we missed it. We're both from seaside towns.
Yeah.
So as soon as we hit the Oregon coast, that's kind of when we both realized like we miss the sea air. And
it was the first time in about 2 years, I think, we'd been out to the coast by the ocean. You know, that ocean breeze, the smells. That sensation of being by the coast, and we both just went, oh, we've really missed this. And then
I understand that. I grew up in Atlanta, which is landlocked, and now I'm on the Gulf Coast, Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America now. So Bacon's Rebellion says we met Billy and Lizzie there and had some amazing adventures, especially the whale watch. That's cool. As long as they're not hitting your boat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you went back and you started smelling the sea air. Is that what made you say, we might need a sailboat?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't really start from there. We kind of knew we wanted to be out by the coast then, didn't we? And that was on our initial summer loop. And then we headed up the coast, and we hadn't visited Vancouver Island yet. And we knew we wanted to see that. So when we got up to Olympic Park, we took the ferry over to Victoria, and we explored on Vancouver Island. Fell in love with it. It was beautiful.
Let me ask an ignorant question. Were you able to get your RV on a ferry over there?
Yeah. So it's the Coho ferry. So it's one of the I don't know too much about it. It's one of the old big ships. Yeah.
So you were able to get over there and actually explore in your RV.
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had the truck and trailer for that. Where we explored the island, and that's kind of when we knew we were going to move to Vancouver Island, I think.
Okay. All right.
But we didn't have the idea of the sailboat yet. We just knew because the island had a good mix of you know, the forests, and then you could be out by the sea within an hour. And but yeah, we hadn't thought of the idea of the sailboat yet.
So how did that happen? What was like? Who said it first, and the other one? What did the other one say?
That is how it happened.
Pretty much that way. Yeah. It wasn't too. It wasn't too. Yeah. It wasn't until after we'd finished our RV and we'd come back up to. When we got back up to Vancouver Island, we got jobs and just living that.
Back in the city.
Yeah, that normal conventional lifestyle, and then it was just before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You made a passing comment.
Yeah, I said there was something on TV. I don't know if it was a sailboat or maybe like a barge boat in the canals, but it was someone living on a boat, and I said, "Oh, I could do that." And then the next morning,
that was
doing some research.
Yeah.
So that was the first statement from you. Hey, we could do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then he was researching it. He was like,
Because we was both talking, wasn't we? Yeah. We was like, because we was back in the conventional lifestyle, working jobs and stuff, and we was like, damn, we really miss traveling and seeing places, and we still had that burning desire to want to get out and see the world. So, yeah, when you made that passing comment, I thought, how can we combine the two? So did some research, and then kind of figured that a sailboat, you know, it's not really limited to distance, because you can, as long as you've got wind, you can get around, right? So yeah, just kind of linked the two and decided that maybe a sailboat would be a good way to venture around and travel.
Okay. Well, Axel says, well done, guys. You're doing a great job. What a beautiful country.
Oh, thank you. That might be my brother.
Is that your brother? Okay.
I think so.
All your fans. Okay. So what happened after that? You're doing research and...
Yeah, so that was at Christmas time, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
And then we started looking at boats.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know too much what we wanted, what we were looking at first.
Yeah, there's lots of boats, lots of research, wasn't there? Just trying to figure out, because I've had experience with boats. I've had boats before, but motorboats. I've never sailed in my life, so looking at sailboats, I didn't know what the different types were, what they was for, and then it was trying to decide what we wanted out of a sailboat and deciding what was best suited for us. So a lot of it was just research, and we viewed loads of boats, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just trying to get some experience looking at boats, what to look for, any issues with them and stuff like that, really. So yeah, we was just looking, and there was a couple of boats we quite liked. There's one that we nearly put an offer on, but sea trial didn't go too great, did it? So
no.
What happened on the sea trial?
I mean, it was a beautiful day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was sunshine. It was pretty cold because it was like January, but it was light air, so it wasn't the greatest to sail in. But we got the sails up, got around, and it was all going fine. We got out to the bay, and the wind completely died down. So started the engine, motor back into the anchorage, and got kind of halfway, and then I just noticed there was a bit of smoke. Looked at the temperature reading, and it's reading at like 220 at this point, and I'm like, oh, that's hot. Then it got more and more. It got to like 240, and then it wouldn't go no further because that's as max. And then I started noticing the blue smoke, and then the cabin started steaming up, and I was like, oh wow.
No.
Yeah.
The owners were just as surprised as we were, I think.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate, but
wow.
You know, at least it happened before we'd put an offer on.
No,
for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: always take a boat out for a sea trial and purchasing.
It's very important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
what kind of boat was that?
It was a Scepter 36. That one was kind of like it was more of a performance cruiser type, a long thin keel.
Probably like a racing boat?
More so, yeah. Kind of in between a racing and a cruiser. So it wasn't really suited to what we was going to need out of a sailboat. So kind of glad that we didn't go ahead with that. It was a really nice boat. We loved the layout, and it was in good condition and stuff. But yeah, maybe it just wasn't meant to be, I guess. So
The
Yeah.
engine, that's problematic. I mean, if it's smoking, I
yeah,
forgot I forgot what blue smoke means. There's white smoke, gray smoke.
the
I don't know
oil,
what is it? Fuel?
the oil. I think
Oil.
where it overheated, scored the cylinders. So yeah, it wasn't blue smoke when we were initially. I think just where it overheated, it we're in the engine. So
Okay, so Bacon Rebellion, we're loving your ocean adventures. Bruce Williams says, "Did you have a survey done?"
we did.
On
Yeah.
the one we purchased.
Yeah, on this one that we purchased, we got a survey, but it had to be a in-water survey, didn't it? So
Oh, you didn't get to pull it out.
No, because
we tried.
yeah, it was in New Clulet on the island, and there's only one company there that can haul out, and the
Right.
timing just didn't work. Logistics, they couldn't fit us in for a long time. We would have
So
been
you're
waiting
like,
quite a while, so we were keen
Yeah,
keen to get going with it. So we booked an in-water survey, which turned out good.
yep,
you did a
Wasn't-
sea trial
Yep.
on that one.
Yes, yeah. The owner
No
took us
smoke.
out.
no smoke, no,
Yeah.
no overheating.
That's a
Yeah.
nice sized boat you have.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I'm sure it's very comfortable.
Yeah, for the two of us, it's good size.
Yeah,
And yeah, anything smaller. But also, Bill's like 6'3", so anything.
finding
So
a
it was
boat with good
important to
headroom.
find. Yeah.
And you had the headroom in there?
Just about.
Is about 6'4"?
Yeah, I think it's around 6'3", 6'4". It's right there kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, so you
kind of
have to be careful about bumping your head on the sides, right? Where the
for
handles
sure.
are or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. It's a bit of a
Okay, so let me see what else I got. What drew you to the water? You answered that. The aha moment you described, watching, it was TV of all things.
Yeah.
How did your friends and family react when you told them you were going to switch to sailing?
There was a slight silence at first. I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that we hadn't sailed before,
Yeah.
that was I think everyone was very excited for us. Obviously there is that moment of, are you sure? Because of the lack of experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the safety part of it really, I
Yeah.
think was more the concern.
Sure.
But now we've got going, everyone's seen what we've been able to do so far, and we've learned well. I think we're learning quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've all
Are you-
been really supportive though.
Is Billy a fix-it guy? Can he
Yeah.
fix things? Because that's
There's
going to
been-
come in handy.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that, and more to come for sure. I know, but yeah, a lot of it's just getting used to the boat, figuring out all its little quirks, and just slowly but surely fixing it up as we go along, right? So, but for the most part, it's got good bones. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bruce
Yeah,
says
you've
be
always
safe
got-
and have fun.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what he's.
We've always been mechanically minded with stuff anyway, so that was
yeah,
That's
that was
great.
reassuring.
Because as you'll see as you go, I don't know if that particular boat has traveled a lot recently from the former owner.
no,
No, it had been sat a while, hadn't it?
it had been, yeah.
Yeah.
He was just getting older. He had the idea that he wanted to do some sailing, but yeah, he had like an Airbnb business going on. It was taking off for him, and like I say, getting older as well. He just didn't have the time to take her out, and she was just kind of sitting there in the marina. And yeah, I think for the last couple of years she didn't really move at all. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what I've found in my experience, because I'm on my third boat, hopefully my final boat. The last one, a hurricane got it, so I thought that was
Oh.
fine. But that's fine. I got a bigger one.
okay.
But I did on my first trip. There were some problems that had to be washed out. You start going and I am not a mechanic. I'm hoping to get better, but I get the credit card out. And there's repairmen along the way, you know, but I found that, yeah, there are some things that will break along the way. It's inevitable. I'm just going to go out there and say that I'm just going to put it out myself out on a limb there. So it's good that you're mechanically inclined.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
save a
So-
lot of money on labor.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Those guys
also
aren't
learned-
cheap.
Yeah.
No.
We've learnt as well to have spares of as many things as you can as well. There's a lot of spare of small parts when we bought the boat,
It was. Yeah.
like from the previous owner.
Oh, like what?
But
Like
since
what kind of?
spare
Anything from engine stuff, lots of spare things
Like
for like the
gaskets
rigging,
and-
yeah, gaskets for the engine, rigging spare parts, and a lot of it we didn't even know what we was looking at. We kind of just looked for, these are spares, these look pretty cool, but we don't really know what they're for, so we kind of just put them aside. And then over time, as we've been looking at stuff, then we started realizing, oh, I remember seeing that. And then because there was all in boxes,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'd
Like
go back
cotter
to it.
pins and things like that.
That's all that sort of stuff. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Thank
So
you
a
for
lot-
reminding me. I'm about to go on my own trip and I'm accumulating my spare part. You just reminded me of cotter pins. That is so important. Those little things
Yeah.
work their way out. And
they
Yeah.
do,
got
yeah.
and from what, like Sailing with Phoenix, if you've watched him,
yes,
he
yeah,
would
he had
check-
one missing.
they start to work themselves out. And the importance, he really stressed the importance, because it was told to him of that daily walk around.
Yeah.
And I don't always want to see it, you know. I'm just like, oh, it'll be fine. But I've got to make myself walk around, because one little cotter pin out can ruin your day.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely.
Sailing with J. Leah, LLO, as a backup to cotter pins, have a roll of stainless wire. Thank you. That
Oh,
is
okay.
great advice. I do have some of that on the boat, so.
Wow.
See, you always learn something here on the Salty Podcast.
Add that to our list, for sure.
What's that?
Add that to our list.
Yes. So
Definitely.
let's go back to the RVing. What did your parents and your friends think of that whole thing? And going to Canada and all that, that's
Yeah.
brave. That's very brave. I mean,
Yes,
not Canada, but just going to a different country.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
we met, wasn't it? Bill has you've got dual
Dual
citizen,
citizenship, yeah.
so he was looking at going to Canada anyway. We met in London, so he was waiting for the airlines to open back up after COVID.
Right.
So you were made your way over, didn't you? And then I
Jumped in.
I applied for my visa. So there was 8 months where he was over here, and I was back in the UK still.
So
And
what
then,
made you
yeah.
want to go to Canada, Billy?
Having a dual citizenship, it was always an option. My mum always said to me, you know, there's the option to go over there. She went, make use of it. Always, if you go over there and you don't like it, you can always come back. You'll never wonder what if, right? So it was always there for me to use it and to at least test it out and just to see what's out there, really. So when COVID hit, things obviously went crazy, and I decided then, it was just before I was like 28, 29 at the time. I thought, by the time you're 30, then you've got to start thinking about stuff, right? So it was at that time I was like, if I'm ever going to do it, it's going to be now. So decided let's just go for it, put plans into place, and and then just go over there and just give it a shot and just see how it goes. So yeah, that was really my idea of coming to Canada, I guess. Yeah, I looked at a lot of Canada. I spent some time in Ontario before, but I was looking at the whole of Canada and just thinking what would suit me best, what I wanted to get out of it, and decided British Columbia would be most suited. So yeah, that's how.
And did you
BC
say it
come
was
about.
your mother is Canadian?
That's right. Yeah, she was
Okay.
born in Canada.
Okay, so I'm dying to know, you guys met in London. It's like, hey, I'm going to Canada. Oh, I want to
Yeah.
go with you. Is that
Pretty much.
really? Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. And we were coming. Yeah, as I said, it was coming out of the whole lockdown situation, and we met on the Thames, hence the Thames part of our boat name. Yeah, and then you kind of said to me that, you know, this is my plan actually. That hopefully I'm looking to go over there. And yeah, I was like, well, we're getting on good, so I mean, I may as well give it a go as well. So yeah, after that as well, I also thought my time's done in London. I didn't want to be in London anymore. So it was either kind of just go back to my hometown and he goes off, and then, you know, or I give it a go as well. So yeah,
for just so you know, Billy, even though I interview a lot of couples on here, it's very rare that a woman wants to do this.
I know, yeah, for sure.
Or an
There's
RV.
no expectation in it at all.
I mean, good for you, Lizzie, because and my husband passed away about 10 months ago, so I've been going through a really hard time. But I was the sailor and the captain and the owner of the boat and learned all the stuff, and he would come, but it wasn't his passion. But he was a great first mate, though. He's if I'm coming into a dock and it's windy, he's the one I want up there jumping off the boat and holding the boat, you know.
Yeah.
But most of my experience was solo. But I meet a lot of guys on boats out there when I'm sailing to the Keys and everything, and they're like, "I wish I could find a woman. You know, nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to live on a boat." And so I just think you're very lucky to have, very fortunate.
Very, very fortunate. Yeah, very grateful for sure.
Oh, thank you.
So, before we jump back into the sailing, what did your parents think of you going to Canada and with this guy on an RV?
Yeah, there was obviously they said, "Are you sure? Like, you know," because they hadn't met. I think my parents met Bill through the car window because of the whole COVID thing, and they hadn't really met him properly. I don't think.
Social distancing, wasn't it?
Yeah, because of the whole So
Still,
but they were supportive, definitely. Yeah, they said as long as you know what you're doing, and same thing as what Bill was told. If it doesn't work out in Canada, then you can always come back. So
right.
yeah, so they were really supportive of it. I'm one of four kids, so all the others were supportive as well, and yeah, it's reassuring for sure, and it gave them a good opportunity to come out for a holiday as well. So.
Okay, have they done that?
Yes, yeah, my parents came out in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your parents were they were okay because they was like, you need to go sow your wild oats or something. You said, I'll do it on an RV.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, my mum was always she's always been really supportive, and she's always been pro getting out there and living life, the adventure, traveling, and all that. She's all very much for that. So yeah, I was very much supported in that sense.
That's great. You both
encouraged.
have such great support. That's awesome. And you do have a Patreon account, don't you?
We do, yes. Yeah, we just set it up, so I'm getting to grips with what I'm doing with it. But
and is it Patreon 2 Brits 1 box?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put this up here.
Oh, thank you.
Bring some money. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have one too. I've never said that, but if anybody's out there who wants to give it's ALTY abandoned. I just got to the point where I can my channel's monetizing my YouTube channel. I'm still learning all that, but okay. So the sailboat, you chose this one. What was the buying process like compared to RV shopping?
That's a hard one.
The process, I mean, the buying side of it was pretty much the same. The vessel registration and setting up your MMSI and all that sort of stuff was a learning curve, to say the least. I mean, I don't know what it's like in the States, but in Canada, there's lots of little things you need to do, and it's not well explained on the government website. So
government
but,
websites are always confusing, no matter where you are.
So there's a lot of asking questions, firing off emails, and researching, and yeah. So that was quite difficult. Once we got the heads around it, it all kind of figured itself out, and we knew who to talk to and what to ask for. It went quite smooth. But yeah, the buying process was quite straightforward. Pretty much just we made an offer, didn't we? We kind of researched what these boats went for, market value. Like I say, we looked at it and see what equipment it had, what it didn't. Even though we didn't fully know exactly what we was looking at, we had half an idea. So we kind of put a rough price down. Then when we had the survey, the surveyor come and looked and told us what the boat was worth, and it was kind of in the ballpark of what we offered. So we kind of just went with that, and yeah, it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, there's a lot more things to look for compared to the RV, definitely.
Oh yeah,
because the RV was a trailer as well, so it didn't have an engine. We were towing it, so there's a lot more things to learn and more things to look out for.
I was just going to show your Instagram. Yeah. So there it is, at 2 Brits 1 box, and here's a nice video that you put up.
Oh yeah, beautiful sunsets.
Look at that boat. Looks like you guys are sailing very well for being the big beginners.
Thank you.
Okay. What were the first upgrades and fixes you had to tackle?
Every weekend from where we were living at the time to come up and fix it up.
It was
a
like
lot of
4-hour journey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we kind of, I mean, it was in March time, wasn't it? So it was pretty cold.
It was raining a lot.
Yeah, yeah. The West Coast is quite rainy. So we was just travelling up on the Fridays when we finished work, and then staying up for the weekend and spending our weekends fixing her up, wasn't we?
Yeah. When we had sunny days, we started work on the teak trimmings on the outside.
Oh yeah.
There's lots of teak on this boat.
Yeah.
A lot of upkeep.
Still some to do as well. We're gonna once we get down a bit further south, we'll have the weather to do it.
Yeah.
Bill, you did a lot of the mechanical fixes and
yeah, a lot of it was to do engine based.
Yeah.
For the most part, because we'd never sailed and we wanted to bring it around from the West Coast back around to the East Coast, I figured that we'd be doing a lot of motoring rather than sailing initially. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure the engine was pretty good. So there was a lot of work to do with the engine and stuff. So yeah, adding batteries.
Yeah,
it had quite a lot of lead acids, 6-volt Trojan, 2 banks of them wide in series for the 12-volt. So we decided to keep that for the 12-volt systems on the boat, and then we added lithium for our 120 off of the inverter.
Well, this is your most recent. Let's see. There we go. Showing from Vancouver Island to Crescent City, which and that is near San Francisco. I don't see it on. No, that is.
It's a little bit more north.
Yeah, more north.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just made a trip, didn't we, from the Humboldt Bay to.
Yeah.
We're in Drake's Bay now, just outside San Fran.
Yeah, our next leg will be going under the bridge, hopefully. So, but we want to be able to sail underneath Golden Gate. So we're waiting for a day we can sail it.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. Let's see. Did any RV skills carry over and make the transition easier?
Living in a small space.
Yeah.
I think that's also one that is makes other people reluctant. Whether it's for van life or to be on a boat, is the small space.
So we needed to downsize a lot, didn't we, from when we moved from the house to the RV originally. we put a bunch of stuff in storage, but we sold so much stuff, and thrift stores were our best friend for a while there, weren't they? So yeah, we really downsized when we got to the trailer, and then we had to downsize again when we moved to the boat. So basically get rid of everything that was in storage, because we were still paying the monthly fees for that, wasn't we? So yeah, we downsized again, and yeah, the skills that we kind of learnt living in a small space definitely come in handy when we moved onto the boat. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Was it a big adjustment for you, Lizzie?
I found it okay, actually. Yeah, it's quite nice getting rid of things sometimes, like a clear out, really. Yeah. But I didn't mind it at all. I adapted a lot quicker than I thought I would, because I'm very much like, things need to be in their place, and
and it helps to be with somebody in a small space that you like.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, we get on.
Yeah, we get on. I like that.
Yeah.
I've seen people post that sold everything, that it was such a I've seen people post, we are no longer homeowners, where usually you're like, I'm a homeowner. Well, this is like later in life, and they just feel so good that they've gotten rid of everything. And I saw people saying, how do you get rid of your furniture? And one person said, we gave it to the hurricane victims. So it's got to be freeing, and not to have that monthly expense anymore.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, all our furniture and things we got when we moved to Canada, we'd got secondhand anyway, I think.
Marketplace.
Yeah, Marketplace and Facebook and things like that. So none of it was sentimental.
Yeah.
Which made it a lot easier, I think.
No family heirlooms.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so we've got like little trinkets and items that we brought with us that are from family, and things like that, and photos and things like that. But other than that, we kind of look at it, and it's, have we used it in the last 6 months while it's been in storage? No. Have we needed it? No. So just get rid. Just get rid of it.
Now, do you have storage back home? Do you have storage
for me, my mum and dad. My storage. My mum and dad's house. But that's mainly like childhood, like boxes of like my old school books and things like that from when I was a kid. But most things I've brought over. Every time I go home, I try and either bring stuff back or sort through it. So they're slowly, they're pile of my things.
Sometimes toss it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's getting smaller and smaller each time I visit. So.
Well, I think it's good for people to hear how to make this happen, and you guys sound like you're really good at just lowering your expenses, living below your means to make this happen. And that's okay. So we got Dean Foley. We're so proud of Elizabeth. Oh, hey Mom. We are so proud of Elizabeth and Billy. They're amazing. We miss them, but get to see them see the world through their eyes. So awesome that your mom came on here. Okay, so you began at Vancouver Island. What was it like sailing around? I think you already said that, but so sailing south, let's go there. What was it like going from Vancouver down the west coast?
I mean, we used the island, didn't we, to learn the boat, learn a little bit how to sail, kind of prepare us for that trip. We found that coming around from the north point of the island down the west coast of Vancouver Island was pretty much the same as the west coast of America, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was our first night passage though, and it was 3 nights or 4 nights?
4 nights.
4 nights in the end.
What did you think?
It was the first time we've done shifts, and
it was. We didn't know what we was getting ourselves in for. Really, we had a couple of stormy nights. One night in particular where we had 35 knot gusts. So it was pretty stormy out there with the.
What were the gusts? Well. What knots?
35 knots. 35.
35. Woo!
35 knots. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had that accidental jibed twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
And the second one broke the preventer line, so that was in the middle of the night. Things got a little bit spicy there, but
it's a learning curve.
it was a learning curve for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think what have we done?
I think I get scared a lot easier. So I know personally, for me, I was a bit like, oh, can I do this? Can I actually do this? But after that day, after that night had gone, and we did the other nights, I was like, oh, it's not 100% that all the time.
It's just small moments.
Yeah.
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 When we had like the next day and the weather cleared up and the sun's out and you're kind of sitting back and relaxing and the boat's cruising along and you're like, wow, this is actually pretty good. Yeah, this isn't too bad. It's not all chaos and hectic. It's just small moments when things like that happen. So yeah, I mean, other than that moment there, the trip down was it was pretty good actually.
Yeah.
A lot of it was getting used to the sleep, having the 4 hours on, 4 hours off. You don't sleep for that 4 hours off that you have. Especially, it was quite rough when we was coming down. So, you know, we dedicated the V berth for the sleeping area. We'd go up there and you're kind of just laying there and you're just getting thrown from side to side and you're trying to get to sleep and you're tired. So a lot of it was the first couple of days I found it was hard. It was hard to transition, and then after that, I feel like you're so fatigued from that first couple of days that you manage to sleep through it, but then your body kind of finds that natural rhythm with it. So yeah, I found after the full 5th day, we was both fatigued, but we'd started finding our rhythm with.
Well, I found in rough water, it's better for me in my boat to sleep in the rear berth because it seems like you get less of that tossing around.
Yeah. We don't have one here, do we? No. So we have.
Is
it full of storage or is it?
Yeah, just the lazarettes outside.
Yeah, it's just lazarettes.
So yeah, so
there's
you
no
can't
rear
access.
Quarter.
Okay. From in here.
Well, that's a big boat. Does it have more than one cabin or one, bedding area?
So we've got the V berth, and then the 2 sofas pull out into like a small double and a single, and then there is a pilot berth as well, just above, sat above the.
That's our storage.
Yeah, that's our storage.
Okay. Yeah.
But like we found, it's okay. We found as well actually using we take out all the cupboards. There were cupboards all behind us here, just so we could set that seating further back to the edge of the boat, with it so it's wide enough to sleep on without having to actually fill it out.
Nice.
So that helped a lot, made it a lot more comfortable, and I
know what you mean. So if you're laying there, sometimes you wish it's wider, but I don't want to lose that storage. Did you lose your storage?
Yeah, but we haven't quite figured where we want to put things anyway. So there is other places for them. We just need to figure out what goes where still, and what we're going to use most often, because we've got lots of cubbies that are empty still. Like for instance, underneath the bed in the V berth, but we don't know what we want to put in there yet. We only want to put things in there that maybe are waterproof and that we don't use often. So the things that are in these cupboards were like my Christmas decorations.
She's bringing those.
And our like card games and stuff like that, wasn't it? So it wasn't too bad to just move all that, really.
We found with the storage as well, it was kind of bulky, and the molds didn't go all the way back, so there was only kind of taken half. So there was a lot of void area there that wasn't utilized. It was just kind of wasted space.
Did you have to use some carpenter skills to do that?
We used a saw.
Yeah. So the saws all come in handy. Yeah, we had to chop it up into bits. And
we decided to pull it out on a rainy day when we were out at anchor, and then we realised we don't actually know how to get this to the dump. So we just had it. we just cut it up small, and then luckily some friends of ours helped out and they let us stick it in their truck. They were living in the harbour.
I love it. I bet your mom is. She's so proud of you guys. You just so, yeah. You just figure it out, right? You just.
Yeah.
um. So what's it like in Crescent City? Wait, you're at Anchorage, right?
We're at Golden Gate Bridge, but we're at Crescent City for 3-4 days.
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The we were at Anchorage,
I'm
but
gonna
we
pull up a
actually
map.
left our dinghy, so we had to go into the actual
Yeah,
harbour
we tried to
itself.
get down to Eureka, didn't we?
Yeah. We
What
tried
happened
to...
with your dinghy? Oh, you need a new dinghy. I did see that.
Yes and no now.
We got it back.
So,
Yeah.
we did get it back.
We tried to head down to Eureka, which was, I don't know, about 50 miles or something,
Mm.
something like that. Yeah. We checked the weather forecast and it was showing 4-knot nor'westerlies. So we thought, oh, well, you know, we'll do a little bit of motor sailing and just slowly get down there and spend the day. Just kind
So
of
tell me where you are
there.
right now. I want to pull it up on the map.
Oh,
Drake's
Drake's
Bay.
Bay, yeah.
Just outside San Francisco.
Drake's Bay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna put in Drake's Bay. So you next is you're gonna go under the bridge and go inside that bay. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to go under the bridge and hopefully go into Aquatic Cove.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where
right
you are.
where Fisherman's Wharf is, and that's where they have a lot of the boats go over to visit, like the Alcatraz and things like that there.
Oh, I love Alcatraz.
Yeah.
It's a eerie place, but it's
awesome. Yeah.
It's so interesting though. All right, let me pull this one off and put up where you are. Okay. So here it is.
Yeah.
Here's San Francisco and you're right here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is it calm?
Yes.
It's pretty calm, yeah.
Yeah, I had a good night's sleep and there was no rocking. You can hear the winds quite a lot, but the swell is minimal, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no swell in there. Just small waves.
Yeah, definitely a good place to come into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heading south.
Find a lot of people tuck in here after doing they kind of do the passage all the way down, don't they, from Washington State. And this is kind of the first port of call. Coming in, rest after a week's long passage.
And then you're going to go here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you said...
go just south of where your cursor is.
Just around there somewhere.
Yeah.
Near Fisherman's Wharf there.
That little circle. That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, you can anchor in there?
Yes, yeah. I think it's just
cool.
10 a night.
Yeah.
And you can go to...
Gives you access to the ships there and stuff like that, and the parks.
So, can you tie up during the day? Is there any place to tie up?
Yeah, I think I believe it's one of the beaches down there. From reading the comments, you can dinghy over to one of the beaches and then tie up to a pole, I think they said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, and this is free right here.
I think it's 10 bucks a night.
Oh, do they have mooring balls or?
No. I think it's just anchoring there.
Yeah.
Very
nice.
nice.
I think it's quite secure, like so where you tie up your dinghy and that. I think it's gated.
I think it's a park, a government park thing. So I think you have access to the ships and the parks there, so they can kind of include it into one.
Yeah.
What does that say there?
Yes, that.
Yeah, I think it's in one there.
1886 square rigger. Wow, about Clutha. It's closed. It says temporary closed. This is good information. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with.
Really close walking distance to like a lot of the things that you'd want to see in San Fran.
So how long do you plan to stay there?
Probably a week.
Maybe.
So.
I'd like to get on Sea Angel Island as well, just north of there. So it's meant to be a pretty cool spot. Other people we spoke to have said that there's some good anchorages there and hiking on the island.
So Angel is
just north of Alcatraz, I believe. That one
right
there,
there.
yeah. That's the one.
Now I know that these waters are, well, you know, if you've heard all the stories about the people trying to escape Alcatraz,
Yeah.
shark infested and cold. That's what I hear.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
Alcatraz. Don't try to swim in there. So I've been here. This is awesome. And I have toured around San Francisco. And if you go to Chinatown, oh my gosh, the food there is fabulous.
Oh, that's one place we haven't
I think we
been
have
there.
been to Chinatown. No. Let's check
The
that one out.
best, I mean, of course, they have the best Asian food there. So very tasty.
We'll have to, we'll have to go there.
Oh yeah, add that to the list. Okay, so let's see if you're gonna go to, where are you going after that?
Start heading south still, I think, and just make our way down to Baja and around into Sea of Cortez. And as long as we're comfortable with everything, then the plan is to go over to cross the Pacific to French Polynesia. Yeah, all being well, which I think so far so good.
I've interviewed some people that have made that from that area. So I don't know if you want to watch those episodes, but
okay, yeah.
I've interviewed some people that have gone from Mexico, somewhere in Mexico, kind of near the Panama Canal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they jump off from there, and I forgot what the first is. It Fiji is the first one to come to?
I'm not sure.
It's one of them. I know Marquesas Islands are one of the first ones. Depends which part you go to. I think Fiji is north of there. I think maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So you've got if you like it, if everything goes well.
Yes, yeah. As long as we're comfortable with the night shifts and everything like that. I mean, I think we're getting more used to the night shifts, and that's just the main part, really. So, and we'll be taking the trade winds over, so hopefully it will be in our favour and guide us there.
Yeah. Yes. And that's what Sailing with Phoenix did. He sailed far enough south that it would take him catch the trade winds. And you've got AIS and you've got autopilot, or
we have a wind vane. We do have AIS, but it was faulty from the factory, so we've had some problems there. But when we get to San Francisco, we're actually sending that one back and getting a
we had
a replacement.
Yeah, our current one, we had a message from the Coast Guard callers on the radio yesterday confirming the length of our boat, because it showed that we were 300 something feet long.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that if you send it to a Garmin, a proper, if it's a Garmin, I don't know what is it, a Garmin?
It's
M-Track. Yeah. M-Track is the brand.
They're gonna they're replacing it for us. So
the GPS part of it is not actually working properly. So there's some diagnostics over the emails there. They got me testing a bunch of stuff, voltages and whatnot, and they confirmed that the GPS part of it isn't working correctly. So we're going to send that one back, and then we've opted in to get another kind of an upgrade to the one we've currently got, and they're going to send
with
that
your information in it.
Yes,
all pre-programmed.
It's great because if I'm going down the intercoastal waterway and a big barge is coming, they know what I am, how big I am, all that stuff, and they can call out and just confirm it's port to port or whatever the passage is. So that's a good piece of equipment. But what I do when I'm making a crossing by myself is I just kind of lay down in the cockpit and just kind of nap. And get up and look, make sure everything's good. And I just seem to naturally wake up. Yeah, of course you're tired when you get there.
We found that when you kind of nap in and lay down, after a while, because you're used to the motion of the boat, you sense when something's not right.
Right.
Something's happened, and that
And
you
when
do
that
just
sun
naturally.
comes up, isn't it great?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, the sunsets and the sunrises have been beautiful coming
Yeah.
down. Yeah, we've had a lot of whales as well, like
Oh.
humpbacks, like with their tail
Oh yeah,
coming up in the sunset, and yeah, it's been magical.
lots of dolphins recently as well.
Yes, yeah.
What do your
Yeah.
friends think? Your friends, not your family, but your friends.
But they're supportive as well. At first, it's like, I can't believe you're doing this.
Are they back home
But
grinding away in their jobs, their 9 to
yeah,
5? Or
yeah, everyone's been pretty good. Like we went back briefly in May to England to see everyone, and I kind of caught up with a lot of people then. Yeah, and everyone just wanted to know how we're getting on, and yeah.
do they want to do it?
Yeah, I've had a few people mention
Yeah.
and said they'd love to do that, and I said, well, you can, you know, just go
You'll
for
become you'll be their teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we've said to people as well, if they want to come join us for a little part, you know,
Yeah.
we've got an extra bed, so they can
That's
always come to see what it's about. And
Do you think they
yeah,
will?
a few might, I think. Some boats just aren't for them, which is completely fair enough. But they love the idea that we're doing it.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't do it themselves, maybe. But quite a few, I think, will come and join us. I think, yeah.
I
There's some
highly
plans in
encourage you,
place.
whatever friends are listening now or in the replay, I highly encourage you to take advantage of this. It might be your only opportunity, right, Billy?
Yeah,
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 sure,
that's
yeah.
true.
It's
Yeah.
not every day you get an offer to go out on a sailboat and sail around and experience life. I mean,
And you're 30, 31?
33.
33, yeah.
Yeah.
Both of you? Excellent. Excellent age. Okay. Some rapid fire questions. I know the answer to the first one. Coffee or tea on board?
Tea.
Yeah,
It used to be coffee.
It used to be coffee, yeah.
but
It's
we're
actually changed to tea.
Yeah, we're having too much caffeine.
Recently.
So.
Okay, so that's interesting. It used to be coffee. You drank coffee back home?
Yeah, I think back home it's a mix of both, like in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, coffee. We got in the habit of coffee, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I never drank tea at all, but since been sailing, kind of gone off coffee. I don't know what it is or what's caused that. Just the thought of, I tried to make a coffee and I felt kind of sick trying to drink it. I don't know if it was a little bit of seasickness or completely gone off of coffee and
interesting.
Teas just kind of work. So it's actually normal tea, green tea. That's kind of a hot drink of choice now.
So that makes your I was going to show you a picture. I'll pull it up while I'm asking you the next question. I've already put my coffee stash on my boat.
So, I saw.
Oh yeah, for 3 months. And I use a Keurig, which really sucks the power. But I'm like, I don't do anything else. I don't drink, smoke, or anything. I don't take drugs. I drink coffee with a Keurig. It's just that's power management has to handle it. So and it handles it well. Sunrise sail or sunset sail? What's your favorite?
We're on the west coast, so it's probably a sunset.
Sunset, yeah.
Really? That makes sense. Okay. Harder to park, RV or a sailboat? Since you have a trailer, that can be tough.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. It depends, I guess. I mean, you get hard anchorages and hard places to park a trailer. I'd probably say the boat.
The boat, yeah.
Just because,
you see things from a completely different perspective. Like anyone can get in the car,
right,
and see things that way. I think, with the boat you see things from a complete. Like we'll go to places we've been before, but we've never seen it from this side.
Right.
Maybe I think.
Yeah, coming in
Yeah.
on it with a sailboat is very different than a car, and you can't just put the brakes on. So there's a lot that I learned on my first trip from Orange Beach, Alabama to the Keys. By the time I got back, that's a long ways. By the time I got back, I had learned so much from just being on the boat with the sails, all the different marinas I pulled into with all the different conditions and the tide and the wind. It's like you have to be ready for anything, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
I learned so much just from doing it. So by
Yeah,
the
that's what
time,
with the island as well, because you can go from marinas to different types of grounds that you got to hold in. We had stern ties as well, which was kind of a learning curve for us.
Yeah.
I've never stern tied before in a boat,
I
so
haven't either.
that was yeah, it's
Why'd
quite
you do it?
interesting.
Why?
It
We
went.
find that you just, it all depends because there's so much tide around Vancouver Island and you get strange winds as well. One time we got caught out, didn't we? We found you have to go ahead, drop anchor, back up, set the anchor, and then
Right.
get in a dinghy and then row from the stern of the boat to shore with a rope tied to the stern of the boat, and then go to shore and then tie it to a.
You didn't
Usually,
want to swing. You just didn't.
yeah, so you can't. Some of
Yeah.
these anchorages you can't really swing in, and
Okay.
so one we'd actually got into. It was like a cove that spun around. When the tide changed, the tide swirled around this way really fast, and then the wind actually come through a gap in the hills there on an island. So we had the wind and the tide pushing us that way, and then the tide, as it was coming in, lifted us and actually pulled our anchor out, and we'd
Oh.
swung around and started coming into shore.
Yeah. I didn't even. I was out there in the cockpit. I can't remember what I was doing something, but I didn't even realise. And Bill came out and we looked up and the trees were above us, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
we were about to hit all the cliffside.
Yeah.
Are there rocks in the water up there?
There are lots of it's very rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Bucket list destination. I hate that term, but it does say, what it meant to ask.
That's hard because there's so many places I've never been to, like, or countries I've never been to. So if we were to, go to French Polynesia and onwards, that's a very hard question.
Yeah. I mean,
You're kind of taking it as you come.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we've kind of at our next leg, and then we've kind of just looked at what's ahead of us and where we really want to go visit from there, and kind of made up as we've gone along.
Yeah.
But I'd probably agree with you in the sense that if we do feel comfortable and we want to make the trip across, I'd love to see all the little islands, the French Polynesian islands, and all the way to Australia. Yeah, I think that would be.
Well, the girl that I interviewed, I think she was from South Africa. But anyway, she talks about the process of getting into French Polynesia, that you apply, you do something, and I'd have to go back to watch it, but something there at the embassy first.
Okay.
You do some sort of application, and then you can check in. They've got an online thing. I mean, so I don't know. I'll send you a link to it. And I know you're not thinking about that right now, but you got to get into Mexico first.
Yeah.
But I would love to catch up with you when you get down there.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
And do another interview.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sure.
We'll have more stories and.
Yes. So who's the better captain?
Definitely Billy.
Better first mate.
Yeah.
You're a better first mate?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think quick enough on my feet yet because.
Okay.
So when it's like, oh, we need to do this, I have to take a bit of time still to do. Whereas you're a lot quicker.
I've had the experience before on boats as well. So
yeah, with navigation and.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well, it sounds like you're a great team. I bet you manage all the social media, don't you, Lizzie?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The girl gets stuck with that. I'll post like, hold on, I gotta post. Let me video this. You know, all that.
Yes,
Wait a minute,
exactly.
don't do anything yet. Let me get the camera out. It's a bit of a job, isn't it?
It is.
is.
Yeah, it's a full-time job in itself.
Yeah, it's frustrating sometimes because obviously some things do need both of us, so I can't film it, and I'm like, oh, no, like we can't, like we don't have that much of a camera set up at the moment, so some things we're like, oh, that would have looked great on camera, but at the time it's more important that we're staying safe and doing the right things.
Yeah,
Sure.
Even though that's what people would love to see, is, you know,
Right.
when things are hectic or anything like that, but I'm like, I can't get, it's hard to get the camera out then. You're not thinking about that, right? So
you know, when I was on my boat in Hurricane Sally, I was on the boat. Okay.
oh wow.
oh wow.
We didn't expect it to come here. We thought it was going to Louisiana, but all of a sudden there it was. And I videoed up till, you know, I'm showing the winds and everything. But after that, it was such a disaster. It was so chaotic, I couldn't film it. But I had never heard something so loud. I live down here, so I've been through hurricanes. It's a totally different story on a boat.
Oh, I bet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you
I
out
couldn't believe
at
it.
Anchor, or were you in
Huh?
dock? Were you in dock?
Yeah, but
Or
it was in kind of in a bay, you know, in a bay, or not a bay, but you know, I wasn't in the Gulf, but it felt like I was. You know, the passage, the bridge to go under to be out in the Gulf of Mexico was in our sight. And where I was, it was like huge waves, and the lines broke on the port side, and we spent 2 hours. I got sick a couple times. He was like, shine the light. And I'm like, I'm getting sick right now. And it took us 2 hours to get new lines, but you know, there's no pulling against that force. It's just so the insurance company, I was crying, totaled it. So
Oh no.
yeah, so you can't always film. It's just
no.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you're
safety is definitely more important.
what's that?
Safety is definitely more important.
Sure. So last question. If the boat could talk, what would she say about you?
Why are you putting me through all these elements after so much time in the marina?
I was like retired in that wherever I was, so nice and peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. Either that, or she's like, yay, I'm free. Like,
right.
The freedom of the.
Maybe happy back out sailing again. Yeah, maybe.
Was the owner of the boat, the seller, was he happy you were gonna use it like you are?
Yeah. When we came back from the island, yeah, when we got back from doing the Vancouver Island loop, we pulled up, and within an hour it was like, Lizzie, and he came down, and so I think someone had let him know that we'd pulled in, because we ended the same point of where we bought the boat.
Right.
So yeah, he came down and said hello, and he seemed pleased.
Yeah.
That it was getting used, and
he made a comment when he sold it to us as well. He figured that it'd become a houseboat for someone to kind of live on, and he was happy that we was buying it, because we was gonna get it back up and running and out of the water and sailing again. So
that's awesome. And you have him, you can ask. I always have, you know, questions. There's always questions about the boat, so he's available for that, right?
Yeah, he was really good, especially initially. Like, there's so many things we didn't know, or where something was.
Right.
But yeah, we'd message him, and he was straight back with us, and yeah, it's really nice guy we bought it off of.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you know where all the flares are and everything.
Yeah. Plenty of them on here.
Yeah, lots of them. Yeah.
Lots of them. Lots of life jackets and.
Yeah. That's a good reminder. I need to get some more that are not. I have so many that are expired, which I just keep saving them. But that's another thing I need to get. Thank you for that reminder. What was I had a question. Did you guys have anything you want to say? Anything?
Not particularly. Just that I don't know.
I'd probably just say out there to anyone that's maybe considering it to go for it, kind of like what we did.
Yeah.
We was apprehensive. We was scared. We didn't feel overly confident, I guess, as in we didn't know if we would be able to sail and achieve what we've achieved in this time. But it really is doable if you set your mind to it. But don't jump in too much too soon. We set little targets, little goals, and built it up over time. Like I say, spending the summer circumnavigating Vancouver Island gave us the tools that we needed to be able to get onto our next leg of the trip, which was coming down the west coast of America. So so I would just say, anyone, if you're thinking about doing it, definitely go do it, but set small manageable goals and build it up from there, and you'd be surprised within a few months what you can achieve.
I think the hardest part is doing it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, a lot of people have that fear, I think, of because it's the unknown, it's something different. But I think, once you got past that initial part, because even though we'd already done the van stuff, when you actually woke up and said, actually, we could do the boat, I was scared. I was panicking. So sorry, there's a flag.
It was your idea. It was your.
I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah,
but,
I mean, there's definitely risk involved, and people always ask me, "Aren't you scared?" And I'm just like, "Well, I have respect for it, and I take all the measures I can, all the ways to ask for help, out there when you're offshore, and just try to make the boat safe as you can,
Exactly.
As long as there's no water coming in, you're good."
Yeah. Also, that always. Don't be reluctant to ask other sailors. So everyone's been so helpful, haven't they? Everyone we've met.
That's what we found.
The community's is really good.
Yeah.
Super helpful. I agree. It's just the sailing community is just wonderful. Very generous with their knowledge and their time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. Well, okay. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So until next time, right?
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. We'll see you when we're down south.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever make it around to the Caribbean?
Maybe. If we just keep going.
So.
Yeah. In a few
God
years.
Bless you.
That would pretty much, if we ever did circumnavigate the whole world, that would be our last place that we got to, really.
Yeah.
We'd complete it. So I think even if we didn't make it all the way, I'd like to go Caribbean and do sailing around there and check it out, because we've got friends that have done that and it looks awesome. So I think even just like a summer trip.
Well, I think it's a good place just to hang out. I don't know if you're planning on being forever liveaboards. I guess it depends on how it goes. But if you were and your social media took off and your Patreon account, you can just hang out in the Caribbean. Yeah. I think you'll see a huge jump as you go down the West Coast, but also when you cross over.
Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing with other people. Once they make that, it's like Songbird and Sailing with Phoenix and all these people. People are just fascinated with just regular people doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think just jumping in and doing it and enjoying it as well.
Yeah, just keep the water out of the boat, and you'll be all right.
Sure.
Well, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Really good chatting to you.
Until next time, right? Oh, wait, we have 2 comments. Let's see what these are. Salty, abandoned, great podcast. Be safe, everyone. And your mom says, excellent podcast. Thank you. Yep. It's featuring her daughter. So yeah. Thanks for coming on, Mom. I'm going to call you Mom. All right, everybody. I'm going to end now. This is how I do it. I say salty abandon.